Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories in company reports. Today, Fermi Inc. has dropped a report, and let's just say this one has some interesting tidbits under the surface that we need to dig into. Alright, so Fermi Inc. has filed an 8K, which is basically a report for big events that shareholders need to know about right away. Think of it as a special bulletin from the company. The date that kicks off this report is the 10th of November, 2025. This is when the earliest event they are reporting on took place. Fermi Inc. is incorporated in Texas. That is where they officially set up shop. And here is a crucial number for them. Their commission file number, which is 001-42888. This is like their official ID with the SEC. Now for their main office, it is located in Amarillo, Texas. This is where the day-to-day operations are managed. If you needed to call them, their main phone number is 214-894-7855. Let's talk about what they actually trade. Fermi has common stock, and each share has a really tiny par value, just a thousandth of a dollar. This is standard practice for many companies. The ticker symbol you'll see for their common stock is Fermi. This is what you'll use to track its performance on the stock market. And on which stock exchange can you find Fermi? Well, it is listed on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. That is a big one. Here is a key point. Fermi Inc. is identifying itself as an emerging growth company. This means they are relatively new and get to follow some slightly different, often more lenient accounting rules, especially when it comes to new standards adoption, as indicated by the checkmark next to elected not to use the extended transition period for complying with any new or revised financial accounting standards. This usually means they are choosing to stick with the older accounting rules for a bit longer, which can be a strategic move. Now we get to the heart of the matter. This section is all about their financial results. On the 10th of November 2025, Fermi Inc. released their shareholder letter detailing their financial performance for the third quarter, which ended on the 30th of September 2025. Think of this letter as the company's direct communication to its owners, its shareholders, giving them the rundown on how the business has been doing. And the very next day, the 11th of November, they held a conference call. This is where executives usually dive deeper into the numbers, explain the why behind the results, and take questions from analysts and investors. It is a chance for them to present their story directly to the financial world. This next part is about Regulation FD, which stands for Fair Disclosure. Basically, it is a rule that says if a company tells something important to one investor, it has to tell everyone else at the same time to keep things fair. So alongside that shareholder letter and call, they also put out an investor presentation. This is usually a visual aid packed with charts and key highlights. This presentation is attached as Exhibit 99.2 to this report and is considered part of the official filing. They are essentially saying that everything in this presentation is important and officially part of their disclosure. Finally, we have the section that lists all the documents that are part of this filing. Here is Exhibit 99.1, the shareholder letter itself dated the 10th of November 2025. This is the main financial report. And Exhibit 99.2 is the investor presentation that we just talked about, also from the 10th of November 2025. Then we have Exhibit 104. This is the cover page interactive data file. This is basically a standardized digital format that makes it easier for computers to read and process the information in the report, especially the cover page details. And who signed off on this report? Miles Everson. He is Miles Everson, and his title is Chief Financial Officer. That is the person in charge of the company's money. So when the CFO signs off, it means the company is officially presenting these financial details. Now let's talk about the actual story here. Fermi Inc. put out its third quarter results. What we are seeing is a company that is strategically using its status as an emerging growth company. This allows them to delay adopting new accounting standards, which might make their reported financials look better in the short term. It's like getting a bit more time to prepare for a new set of rules. The shareholder letter and the investor presentation are the key documents. Unfortunately, this particular filing doesn't contain the detailed financial tables within the text itself, but rather refers us to these exhibits. Typically, these documents would contain the most crucial numbers. We would be looking for things like revenue growth, profitability, debt levels, and cash flow. For instance, if the shareholder letter had shown a significant increase in revenue, we would want to know if that was due to selling more products or simply raising prices. If costs were also rising faster than revenue, that would be a warning sign. A decrease in profit margins, say a 10% drop, would mean that for every dollar of sales, the company is keeping 10 cents less than before, which could point to problems with efficiency or competition. A healthy cash flow from operations is vital because it shows the business is generating enough money to keep running and invest in its future. Without enough cash, Even a profitable sounding company can run into trouble. Looking at the fact that they are hosting a conference call the day after the filing suggests they have important news to share, and they want to be ready to explain it. The fact that they are furnishing the investor presentation as an exhibit tells us they want to control the narrative and present information in a visually digestible way, which is common practice for managing investor perception. My take on Fermi Inc. based on this filing is that they are a company that is actively managing its public image and regulatory obligations. Their emerging growth company status is a lever they are using, and it suggests they might be in a growth phase where managing immediate financial reporting burdens is a priority. The real story will be in those exhibits, the shareholder letter and investor presentation. Without those specific numbers like revenue, net income, and cash flow, it is hard to give a definitive financial health assessment. However, the strategic choice to delay new accounting standards implies they are either not ready or do not see an immediate benefit in adopting them, which could be a sign of cautious management or a focus on short-term reporting advantages. The key risk here is transparency. While they are complying with the rules, the delayed adoption of new standards might obscure the true underlying financial performance and could make future comparisons more complex. Alright, that is our quick look at what Fermi Inc. has put out. What do you think about their strategy as an emerging growth company? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more continuous insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Decode.